Hello everyone, this is Marcel here. Welcome to my channel. I'm losing my voice here a little bit, but I'll do my best to keep it out of the video. Apologies for that. I was recently reminded of a frustration that I haven't felt in a very long time. You see, I've been out of the dating game for over a year now. Now, naturally, there are benefits to not dating. You save resources, time, energy. But the one that I'm going to talk about today is the benefit of emotional stability, and how my recent interactions with friends and acquaintances actually put me back a little bit. So I'm sure many of us have had the experience when you set up a time to go meet up with a woman. When the day finally comes, she doesn't show. Doesn't bother to call, doesn't say anything, it's just not there. There are few things worse than that feeling of being the only guy sitting alone in a restaurant, sipping from two separate cups in a movie theater, thinking the same thoughts over and over again. What did I do wrong? Should I have texted more? Couldn't she have said something to me? Why did I even bother doing this again? All this time, the guy's emotional state, his confidence, his self-esteem starts to drop. And it's all because a woman just decided to flake out on him. That behavioral pattern is certainly not limited to dating either. It's remarkably easy to get female friends on Facebook, for example, but try messaging one of them. Half the time they'll block you or delete you just for the act of reaching out, even though they make it more than obvious that they're interested in being Facebook friends. Come to think of it, that's a good comparison, because the point of them bringing someone onto their Facebook is to like and appreciate their pictures, their posts, and everything. You get the little thumbs up buttons. That's all that they're interested in. They don't actually want friends, they want an audience. To get showered with attention, they want to feel like they're still beautiful, like they're still desired. In a lot of ways, it's the same concept when guys set up dates or hangouts with these women. They want the attention, they want to feel like the guys are interested in them. But they don't actually want to show up. But then why bother going through the effort of, lying to the guy afterwards, making up all these lame excuses about busyness or things came up, when they could just send a text, hey, I'm not going to show, and take 10 seconds. But they don't do that, do they? I see there being a couple of reasons why that text is never sent. One, it forces them to actively admit that they're not going to show up, which makes them reflect on their own social availability and progress. They don't want to have to think about that. Their social standing, that is. It would suck to admit that they're actually too busy to have friends. Two is that there's the possibility they might decide to show up and then they'd canceled on it, so it's eliminating an option in which they see no repercussions in keeping it open. And then finally, the third is that there's a concept behind being able to bail on someone that gives a sense of authority, a sense of power. Not only was she able to dismiss the guy as if it were nothing, but didn't even feel the need to reach out and elaborate that to him, to explain herself. Is there anything more condescending than to have someone like that just completely dismiss you as if it were nothing? Given the long-term effects of men in general getting that kind of experience, it continuously drops the overall crowd morale. Now, I don't think that there's a direct intention to do that, to break the self-esteem of men in general, but it may be subliminal. It may just be a tactic in humanity that's going on, the female half of it, that a lot of people just aren't aware of. I can almost imagine their thought process from the female perspective, thinking how many guys they have to hang out with today. Who are they going to want to go see? Must be good to feel that importance, even if it is at the cost of 6 of them not actually getting to meet up with her. I've had the same experience when it comes to business partners over the years, where I'll go and I'll start up some kind of a project or something, and I'll have a woman that'll come up and be like, hey, we're friends, I see you're doing that cool thing there, I want to be part of that. Or I'll start talking to them about it, and they'll want to jump in on it. And then when it comes time to actually do it, they flake out. They don't have time, they're busy, they got all this other stuff going on. So it's almost like it was just the feeling of that they were being part of it, that they were looking for, that that high that's like, yes, I'm being a part of something big. But when it came to doing the work, gone. They're nowhere to be found. Now, if it's successful, then sure, they're all in. You know, like, yeah, I was a big help, right? I was there, yay. But then if it flops out, they didn't really have to invest any time or energy, any real work, but they wanted to say they were part of it. They might do 5% or something, you know, just enough to say that they contributed so that they get a piece of that. And if they separate that through like 20 different projects and then sit back at the end of the day and look at all the different projects they were part of, then they can say, look at all this stuff I did. Meanwhile, they can actually juggle between the ones that they actually want to invest their energy into, if they do any at all. At any given point, they have tons of options of what they want to do at a fraction of the cost. Some of this even spills over into social networking, you know, making connections between peoples, which we all know women are really big on. If they can walk into a room and say, hey, look, I'm part of 26 different projects, that really gives the appearance of social importance, which is partially the drug that they thrive off of. All the attention. No consideration for the actual quality of effort that she puts into any of those individual components. Same concept as no quality and attention put into those individual friends, so-called friends, that she has. It's just the feeling that she has all of these people that want her. That's all that matters. It's irrelevant that her flake out ratio is like 97%. All that matters is that they're there waiting. And that's why it's such a big deal when one of these guys, these orbiters, if you want to call them that, suddenly get another girlfriend or a life and aren't there waiting for them. Then it's this huge thing. She gets all pissed off and starts reaching out to them. If one of these companies or groups or people that she's in a supposed project with suddenly decides to say that she's not part of that project, she's not doing anything, there's an outroar because she can't claim it anymore. Just like she can't claim that those unavailable guys are no longer on her phone list as options. Because that's really all that it's about. Wipe away all of the social intricacies that's involved, and you have yourself a power struggle on the basis of self-perceived importance. See, the secret is that the minute a person is waiting for someone on the phone, they're staring, waiting for that text message, sitting, waiting for them to show up, they have already given over the power to that other person. It doesn't matter if they show up or not. They have already lost the game. These super attractive or most desired men out there, not to say that they have better lives, but the ones that all the women want, don't have to ask them out. They come to them. Even the effort of requesting a date from a woman in of itself is an act of submission. The guy is reaching out to her. He's showing that he desires something that she has. It's a perpetual catch-22 that these beta males are making themselves beta males by trying to change their social or romantic situation. It's one of those times that the only way to win is not to play. The fact that anybody at all has the opportunity to flake out on someone shows that they're doing too much. They're trying too hard. They're putting too much energy into that situation they don't need to. They can pull back, and this miraculous thing happens. If he withdraws his attention from women, if he stops reaching out to them, making the effort, all of a sudden they turn around. Wait, where'd you go? Weren't we going to do that project? Weren't we doing this? Weren't we doing that? Weren't we going to go out? When do you have time? What's going on? Because the guy is establishing his level of importance based upon the amount of effort he's putting into the situation reaching out to that woman. That in of itself reflects directly on her social worth, on her importance. In a sense, it's a double-edged sword. It will absolutely drive them batshit crazy. Sometime soon, I'm going to be making a video that's, real dating advice to those who are interested. And a big part of it's going to be don't ever ask out a woman again. Because the minute the guy does that, he's already setting himself up for failure. He's broadcasting his social standing. They're better just not even trying at all. Anyway, I hope that was interesting. If I missed anything, let me know down below. If you want to hear more content like mine, like, subscribe. Until tomorrow, this has been Marcel.